dos Santos in T9 is P8. Jeanine Blatt is P6. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Danny Van Ruyen in T8 is second. Peter Grobler in T7 is fifth. Danny Van Ruyen in T8 is P2. Peter Grobler is fifth. Best lap is a 1:04.837. Martin Meyer is P7. Brandon dos Santos is 8th. Best lap is a 1:06.398. Danny Van Ruyen in T2 is P2. Ryan van der Westhuizen is P4. Best lap is a 1:04.560. Brandon dos Santos is 8th. Melvin Goes from Namibia is P9. Ryan van der Westhuizen from South Africa in T8 is P4. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Is 7th with 150 kilos. Melvin Goes in T8 is P9. Danny van Rooyen in T5 is P2. Brandon dos Santos in T1 is P8. Best lap is a 1:05.620. Peter Grobler is P5. Mike McDeer in T5 is P4. Martin Meyer is 9th with 150 kilos. From South Africa is P7 with 150 kilos. T9 is P7. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Melvin goes is 10. Mike McDeer is P5. Is P7. In T1 is 4th. Best lap is a 1:04.409. Mike McDeer in T6 is 5th. Martin Meyer is 10th with 150 kilos. Best lap is a 1:06.291. Melvin goes from Namibia in T7 is 8th. Brandon dos Santos in T9 is 9th driving a SATCAR. Peter Grobler in T9 is P3. Best lap is a 1:04.640. Jeanine Glad in T1 is P7. Best lap is a 1:04.966. James Leach is 6th. Melvin Goes is 8th. The qualification session is at Midval Reverse in Nelsonia, Meyerton, South Africa. The wind speed is 8 km/h from the north-northeast. Martin Meyer from South Africa in T1 is P1 with 150 kilos. Brandon dos Santos in T3 is P7. Melvin Goes from Namibia is 9th. Peter Grobler from Lesotho is P1. Peter Grobler is up 17.23 in T6. Peter Grobler improved his first with a 1:04.234. Sean Olivier from South Africa is third with 150 kilos. Sean Olivier is provisional pole with a 1:03.851. Donovan Liu in T8 is P8. Brandon dos Santos is P5. Best lap is a 1:05.469. 1.618 off pole. Martin Meyer is P7 up 0.23. Donovan Liu is P8 up 3.00. Sean Olivier from South Africa in T9 is first. Sean Olivier is provisional pole with a 1:03.444. Donovan Liu in T7 is 9th up 3.68. Donovan Liu improved his 7th with a 1:05.126. 1.682 off pole. Brandon Dos Santos in T6 is P8 up 0.11. South Africa in T8 is 3rd up 0.37 with 150 kilos. 5 minutes remaining in the session. James Leach improved his P2 with a 1:04.102. 0.658 off pole. Sean Olivier in T6 is P1 up 0.12 driving a BMW. From South Africa is 5th with 150 kilos. Ryan van der Westhuizen improved his 4th with a 1:04.792. 1.348 off pole. James Leach is 2nd driving a BMW. James Leach improved his 2nd with a 1:03.924. 0.480 off pole. Ryan van der Westhuizen is 5th up 0.40 with 150 kilos. Ryan van der Westhuizen improved his P4 with a 1:04.558. 1.114 off pole. Melvin Goes is 9th up 0.27. Melvin Goes improved his P9 with a 1:05.663. 2.219 off pole. Martin Meyer is P10 up 0.81. His 10th with a 1:06.479. 3.035 off pole. Melvin goes in T6 is P9 up 0.60. Best lap is a 1:05.663. 2.219 off pole. Melvin goes improved is 5th with a 1:04.591. 1.147 off pole. Sean Olivier is provisional pole with a 1:03.255. Brandon Dos Santos in T8 is P9 up 0.54. Brandon Dos Santos improved is 9th with a 1:05.147. 1.892 off pole. Peter Grobler is P3 up 0.19. Mike McGeer from Ireland in T1 is P7. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Martin Meyer in T8 is P10 up 0.10. James Leach in T9 is P2. Mike McGeer in T7 is 7th. James Leach in T3 is P2 driving a BMW. Ryan van der Westhuizen in T9 is P4. Donovan Liu in T1 is 8th. Donovan Liu is up 0.14 in T6. Race session is at Midval Reverse in Nelsonia, Meyerton, South Africa. The wind speed is 7 km/h from the north-northeast. Sean Olivier is first. James Leach from South Africa is second with 150 kilos. Peter Grobler from Lesotho is third. Ryan van der Westhuizen from South Africa is P4 with 150 kilos. Melvin Goes from Namibia is P5. Jeanine Glad from South Africa is P6. Mike McGeer from Ireland is P7. Race start. Ryan van der Westhuizen in T2 is P6. In T6 is P5. Jeanine Glad in T8 is P6. Brandon dos Santos is P10. Donovan Liu in T4 is 7th, 0.5 behind Jeanine Glad. Jeanine Glad is 7th driving an Opel. Jeanine Glad passed Donovan Liu for P6. Jeanine Glad lost 6th to Donovan Liu. Donovan Liu in T9 is 6th. South Africa is 5th, 0.7 ahead of Donovan Liu. Donovan Liu is 6th, 0.5 behind James Leach. Is 9th driving a BMW, 0.8 behind Martin Meyer. Ryan van der Westhuizen passed Martin Meyer for P8. Brandon dos Santos is P10 driving a SATCAR battling Martin Meyer. Brandon dos Santos was 1.5 faster last lap. Brandon dos Santos passed Martin Meyer for 9. Jeanine Blad from South Africa is P7, 0.3 behind Donovan Liu. James Leach in T9 is 5th. Donovan Liu in T1 is P7, 0.4 behind Jeanine Blad. Mike McGeer is 4th, 0.3 behind Melvin Goes. James Leach in T6 is 5th, 0.5 behind Mike McGeer. Mike McGeer on lap 5 is 4th, 0.4 ahead of James Leach. James Leach in T3 is P5 driving a BMW, 0.4 behind Mike McGeer. Mike McGeer in T6 is 4th, 0.1 behind Melvin Goes. James Leach in T8 is 5th, 0.2 behind Mike McGeer. Melvin Goes in T1 is P4, 0.1 behind Mike McGeer. Melvin Goes lost P5 to Jeanine Blad. Melvin Goes lost P6 to Donovan Liu. Ryan van der Westhuizen in T6 is 8th, 0.5 behind Melvin Goes. Melvin Goes is 7th, 0.6 ahead of Ryan van der Westhuizen. Ryan van der Westhuizen in T4 is 8th, 0.4 behind Melvin Goes. Melvin Goes in T7 is P7, 0.8 ahead of Ryan van der Westhuizen. Ryan van der Westhuizen in T1 is 8th, 0.5 behind Melvin Goes. From South Africa in T8 is P2 with 150 kilos. Sean Olivier passed Ryan van der Westhuizen for P1. Melvin Goes in T9 is P8 driving a SATCAR, 0.6 behind Donovan Liu. Melvin Goes is now 7th. Ryan van der Westhuizen exiting pits. James Leach from South Africa in T5 is P4, 0.5 behind Mike McGeer. The leader has just finished the race. Sean Olivier finished P1. Peter Grobler finished 2nd. Mike McGeer finished 3rd. James Leach finished 4th. Jeanine Glad finished 5th. Melvin Goes finished 6th. Donovan Liu finished 7th. Ryan van der Westhuizen finished 10th. Brandon dos Santos finished 8th. Martin Meyer finished 9th. The race session is at Midval Reverse in Nelsonia, Meyerton, South Africa. The wind speed is 7 km/h from the northeast. Sean Olivier from South Africa is P1 with 150 kilos. Peter Grobler from Lesotho is P2. Mike McGeer from Ireland is P3. James Leach from South Africa is P4 with 150 kilos. Jeanine Glad from South Africa is P5. Melvin Goes from Namibia is 6th. Donovan Liu is 7th. Race start. From South Africa in T1 is 9th with 150 kilos. Peter Grobler is 3rd. Santos in T6 is 5th. Peter Grobler in T8 is 3rd. Melvin Goes in T1 is 6th, 0.5 behind Brandon dos Santos. Peter Grobler in T5 is P3, 0.3 behind James Leach. Peter Grobler lost 3rd to Mike McGeer. Brandon dos Santos in T6 is 5th, 0.5 behind Peter Grobler. Melvin Goes in T8 is 6th, 0.5 behind Brandon dos Santos. Peter Grobler in T1 is P4, 0.3 behind Mike McGeer. Melvin Goes in T5 is P6, 0.5 behind Brandon dos Santos. Martin Meyer from South Africa in T5 is 10th with 150 kilos, 0.5 behind Jeanine Glad. Peter Grobler in T8 is 4th, 0.3 behind Mike McGeer. Melvin Goes is P6, 0.5 behind Brandon dos Santos. Peter Grobler in T4 is P4. Best lap is a 1:05.024. 1.312 off the fastest lap. Melvin Goes is P6, 0.3 behind Brandon dos Santos.